Hello, I want to share with you my essay about ADHD adults learning to open and blossom and bloom. I start with a quote from one of my favorite authors, and it says, "And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom." This has always been one of my favorite quotes. As a therapist, I see this as one of the essential struggles for my clients with ADHD, the pain they've had from years, especially when not diagnosed until adulthood, the humiliation often, the confusion, the shame, yearning, longing, the misunderstanding. It's often left them locked tight in a bud, overprotected, not letting themselves open up to be themselves fully, to show who they are in full bloom. This would require them to reveal what they consider their faults or their vulnerabilities, and they want to hide them, so they continue to pretend and try to pass for normal. But there's a very big price to pay for this often. That's their very sense of self. But I've seen, though, as expressed in this quote, that there is a critical turning point when you're hiding, when you're sacrificing who you are at your fullest. That becomes too painful. Even more painful than the fear you feel at the thought of opening up and letting yourself be seen and known and heard. I tell you to stop hiding, but that's easy to be misunderstood. By this I don't mean going around telling everybody you have ADHD or characterizing yourself in a negative way or labeling yourself. There's a big difference between privacy and good boundaries and hiding the core of who you are. So when I say to stop hiding, I mean to work toward the day when you can stop hiding the core of who you are, your differences, your beauty. The trick is to know the conditions under which you bloom, just like any rare flower. Some bloom and grow and flourish in sun, while others need more shade. Just like each of you have circumstances and surroundings and conditions, people that make you either wilt or tend to come to life more. You have to know the conditions or the soil in which you're trying to grow, and to be aware of which other flowers around you can drain you of your vital nutrients. So be aware that if in this journey, when you're working so hard to move ahead, that when you start to feel pain, it might actually be telling you that it's time to stop hiding so tightly in a bud, and that it might be time to let yourself discover the conditions that will allow you to open and bloom. But just remember to go slowly. I read about orchids and what they need to bloom, and the warning is to make sure that when you move your plants into brighter conditions, you do so very gradually. So to all of you with beautiful differences, remember this takes time. It's not comfortable at first, but at some point you need to put yourself in the right conditions, maybe with the help of a master gardener, and then you'll be able to take the risk to blossom and bloom and let yourself be seen and appreciated. I mean, I'm not an expert gardener, but I have worked with adults with ADHD for 25 years, and I've seen them grow and blossom. And what I've seen is that the most critical element is for you to surround yourself with the right conditions for you, to know the right conditions for you that will promote your growth and vitality, so that you will take that risk to bloom and to be the most authentic and rare flower you can be.